Daimyo Project.
Hello class, today we'll be learning about a social class in feudal Japan called the Daimyos.
Overview. The daimyos were powerful military commanders and warlords who exercised territorial control over large estates. Some daimyos were even more powerful than the emperor. Every daimyo had an army of samurai to defend the daimyo's honor. To the daimyos, their honor was the most important thing.
So, Miss Adams, if the daimyos were so important, where were they on the social pyramid?
Good question. Daimyos are below the emperor and shogun, but they are above the samurai. They are part of the warrior class and are considered nobles. Because the daimyos were a part of the warrior class and were considered nobles, what they wore was different.
Daimyos would usually wear the color purple, which would range from light to dark. The color purple itself is important because it shows the daimyo's rank. Those who wore purple had a higher stature than those who wore red, green, or black. Because they were the warrior class, daimyos would also wear armor similar to what a samurai would wear. They would also carry their swords with them at all times. Because the daimyos were very wealthy, they were capable of affording tempura, miso, kaki, and zoni to eat. Also, they drank sake, which at the time was the most popular drink among the daimyos and samurais.
There were different eras of daimyos, but there were two that were the most prominent.
Shugo-daimyo. The Shugo-daimyos were military governors who had legal jurisdiction over large areas but owned small amounts of private land. They taxed cultivated lands of nobles and religious settlements. This group of daimyos was replaced by the daimyo of Sengoku. Daimyo of Sengoku. The daimyo of Sengoku were military lords of the warring state period. They had small consolidated domains in which they could own land or distribute land to their vassals. In these lands they could build castles from which they controlled their vassals.
Every social class of feudal Japan had its own roles and responsibilities.
Roles and responsibilities. The daimyos answered to the shoguns. The shoguns are the ones who give the daimyos their land. The daimyos would have to fight for the shoguns through defeating other daimyos and making alliances. But Miss Adams, why didn't the daimyos just overthrow the shogun?
Interesting question. The shoguns maintained power over the daimyos by using their sons as hostages. Another way of maintaining power is by forcing the daimyos in question to commit seppuku, a ritual suicide. The shogun would also use spies.
The daimyos were responsible for their land and the people in it. They were also responsible for producing a male heir to inherit their position. The daimyo's role was to be a military leader for samurai warriors. They needed to provide a wealthy, strong military social order within their community. They also would recruit vassals to provide samurais for war.
Because the daimyos were one of the upper classes, they left behind some lasting impacts on culture and society in Japan.
Lasting impact on culture and society. Due to the daimyos' constant fighting amongst each other to gain more power and land, and their use of samurais for protection of their land, they created feudalism. Feudalism is a system in which people are given land and protection by people of higher rank, and in return work and fight for them. During a time when a group of shoguns called Bakufu had control over the daimyos, economic development occurred, which would eventually impact Japan today. Routes made by the daimyos while they were moving from their land to the capital have become important highways. Because the daimyos made many stops on the route, post towns would emerge. This helped to create cities that would appease weary travelers. So, Miss Adams, I have one more question. Earlier you mentioned that the daimyos built castles and used them as bases to control their subjects. What happened to the castles? Are they still around? And if yes, what are they being used for?
Wow, what a very detailed question. I will definitely answer it next. The castles that were left behind by the daimyos were symbolic of their power. They were placed in strategic locations such as along trade routes, rivers, and roads. These castles were made to impress and intimidate their rivals. Today, many of the castles still stand. The daimyos' castles have been repurposed as to defend against naval vessels and their cannons. Thank you for listening and watching. And, as the Japanese would say, arigato!